Cheers.
Cheers.
I wasn't ready. I'm really sucking at this on camera. I got it.
Nice.
That's really good.
Man,
What'd you have?
it's nice and cold.
Ooh, pumpkin. Nice.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Oh,
Like
Pumpkin.
the horror movie? The
Get it
Pumpkin
right.
King?
Hey, can we add Pro Wrestlers vs. Zombies to our vote for the live stream?
We could.
That wasn't on the list already?
I don't know. I'm not sure what the list is. Okay.
Yeah, it's the only list. Hey guys, welcome to the movie Podium. Hey,
Kevin stole my bit. I wasn't gonna do it.
a weekly podcast where we collectively choose a movie to watch, and at the end of the week, we get together and talk about it. It's kind of like a book club, but for movies. We also came up with a set of questions to ask ourselves as we watch the film, such as, is this a podium movie or a top 3 in the year of its respective release? I'm your host, Matt Scott, and I'm here with my dudes. Eric?
Bang bang.
Daniel? Dave?
Bang, bang.
And cooking with Kevin himself.
What's up?
Wait for it.
Cooking with Kevin.
I hope it's a long
Cooking
version.
with Kevin.
He's whipping
Whipping
up
up
good to put you
in a mood.
He's got
Got
a little liquid courage.
courage.
It makes him a better cook.
You're
I
a
need to
great
get like a
cook.
fork and knife down here when that plays.
Yeah, that'd be
Just
awesome.
Hold it like this.
Well, we use it every time that you're on here.
Without further ado, we present our next movie.
And if you wanna be a teacher,
Jack Black, the School of Rock.
For those about to rock, we salute you. We're now in the year 2003. We just did 8 Mile and are going into a different music genre-based movie. More in our overall wheelhouse, of course, with classic rock and punk rock. Some of us definitely saw this movie together. I know I saw this with Eric. I think Daniel. I think Dave. I think most of us were all together when we saw it. It was just kind of a perfect storm of us being at an impressionable age, around 15, and it being a rock and roll and sticking it to the man. I think it really hit home because of all of those reasons. At this point, we'd already been to the Warped Tour. We're carrying burnt CDs of the Sex Pistols and the Ramones, and at least half of us grew up listening to AC/DC and Black Sabbath. Akadaka was definitely in our house. So, add Jack Black, or our second Jack Black movie, at arguably
Jack
the height of
Black-a-dacka.
yeah, perfect.
Sorry.
At the height of his popularity,
Terrible
And
joke.
Eric has the worst play on words, but
Thank
works.
you.
also add in an inspired Richard Linklater, pulling the rock and roll strings, and we've got a heavy hitter for a certain group of kids growing up. Dave, I know you grew up on this kind of music similar to Eric and I. How stoked were you when this came out, and does it make you miss some of the rock and roll days that we had of our younger years?
The thing is I may have liked this movie a lot whenever we were younger. So just going into high school?
Yeah.
May have liked this movie a lot back then, but I did not like this go around. It wasn't. I don't think it's a good movie.
Damn.
But yeah, the soundtrack slaps.
Mhm.
I mean, that's probably one of the better bits of the movie that I liked. But overall, I didn't like this movie again.
Interesting. So, before we get into the random ass facts, if you like this video, please click the subscribe button in the bottom right hand corner. Also, please check out our new website, themoviepodium.net, for some pretty cool gear, like this awesome shirt I'm wearing.
Whoa, I didn't even see
It's
that.
it's brand new. And the
Holy
koozie
crap.
Daniel's holding.
That is
And
so cool.
Eric and Kevin.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
Whoa.
What
Look
is
at this thing.
I didn't bring any merch.
Oh, dog pound. Oh,
woof woof.
We also
Don't
have
start
some
barking, Kevin.
Yeah.
The dogs are gonna bark back.
Good point.
We also have some fun options on there, such as picking a movie for us to watch, or you can actually have us cast you in one of our movie reviews. You can also ask Kevin anything you want.
You can put a price
Don't
on
be
it
shy.
if you want.
Yeah.
Or it could just be free. I don't know.
Yeah, don't
I'm
be
a cheap
shy.
date.
Some Bush
Drinking
Light.
Bush all night.
Bush Light in a Browns game. All right, let's get into some random ass facts. This actually has a rating of 7.2 on IMDb.
Is that higher than Thor?
It's higher than Thor.
I think it's about right.
I think that should be our metric. Is it
I
higher
think
than
so.
Thor?
Higher than Thor.
I liked it better than
Look,
Thor.
it was definitely the best movie for Jack Black's career, I think.
Oh yeah,
Dave and Daniel are just chomping at the bit to tear this fucking movie apart.
I don't want to tear it apart. It just
that's fine.
Yeah.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
All right. So Richard Linklater, as I mentioned, directed this, but he actually initially passed on this movie. But producer Scott Rudin was so convinced that Linklater was the man for this movie that he said he wasn't taking no for an answer. Linklater said the fact that it felt like Rudin wasn't just going through the Rolodex was enough inspiration to come on board. So the director didn't even want to be a part of this. He kind of felt like Dave and said, nah, I'll pass. But ended up staying on board. Our boy Zach has a nice little rap sheet. I don't know if you guys found this out, but Joey Gatos Jr., who plays Jack in the movie, was arrested in 2019 for stealing guitars and selling them in pawn shops.
hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Stick it to the man, assholes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did not know that.
So how old was he when this movie came out, and how old would he have been in 2019?
He was like 11 or 10, I think, right?
He's probably like 11 when the movie came out, and this was 16. So he's probably in his mid to late 20s.
What a badass.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Mike White, who is Ed Schneebly, is actually kind of a genius in
Ned
the world of
Schneebly.
film
Ned.
and TV. So Mike White, who is Ned Schneebly, is actually kind of a genius in the world of film and TV. While he's a mediocre actor and doesn't play much of a role on screen, he actually wrote this, and he also has written episodes of Dawson's Creek, Freaks and Geeks, the movie Orange County, and he also created, wrote, directed The White Lotus, one of Kevin's favorites.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Check it out
So-
if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I actually haven't. I just know that
Yeah,
I saw that
definitely
he
watch.
wrote this. Nice. So, as we kind of know, all of the kids actually play their instruments in this. Even the backup singers are singing. Jack Black obviously plays all of his guitar parts, except he actually doesn't play his solos. Wah, wah.
Oh,
I mean,
what
that
a
makes
coward.
sense.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's
I
not
bet
the
he played
greatest
solo.
musician.
Yeah, I bet he played the solo when they all, like, the first time they were playing the song together
Mhm.
in the
Hmm.
classroom. But like the recorded ones at the end, he doesn't play those.
No chance. All right, let's get into the questions. You guys ready?
Yes,
I've
sir.
got one to add to this.
Go for it, little baby.
Okay.
And I randomly came across this tonight. I don't know if they're still together, but the actor and actresses that played Frankie and Marta
Mm-hmm.
actually were became a couple
Huh.
way
Yeah.
down the road after this movie.
Yeah,
Really?
I think they like reconnected at one of the reunion things.
Oh, okay.
I remember reading that and I saw it.
They let Jack Black nickname all the nicknames he gave for the kids in the show. Those are all ad libbed. Probably
Yeah,
shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, probably not.
He called one of those kids turkey sub.
Yeah, that's the one. That's my favorite turkey sub.
Okay. Carrot Top, Roadrunner, Turkey Sub.
She didn't like being called turkey sub.
Because
you
she
can call
gave
me
him a
turkey sub. You can call me turkey sub.
Okay, turkey
I
sub.
thought I was your
Launch us into them questions.
Yeah. First question we've got. Favorite thing about the movie?
Earth?
All right, Dave. You want to go first, buddy? You're my favorite.
I didn't like this movie, but if there was one thing that I did like about it, it was Jack Black's antics on stage with his band at the beginning
Opening
of the movie.
scene. Yeah.
Him just playing ridiculous guitar and stage diving to nobody catching him.
Just straight into the
off
floor.
his shirt.
Yep, over the top Jack Black stuff.
Eric, why didn't you take off your shirt when you were in a band?
Still
Because
could.
I was bullied about my weight when I was a kid.
Aw. Way to bring the house down.
Yeah, sorry. I just
Well-
went for the real answer.
Well, according to Jack Black, he should be, loud
I
and
know.
proud.
Yeah, I
Play
should
that
have just
rock and
owned
roll.
it. Yeah.
Play that rock and roll. All right, Eric, what's your favorite thing?
The long
My-
way to the top.
Yeah, if you want to rock and roll. My favorite thing was at the end, after they've played and everyone loves them, it was when Spider is hitting
Yeah.
on the principal.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, yo. And he's wearing this fucking, not even a t-shirt. And his stomach says
sleeves.
sex.
Yeah, it's like a leather jacket that's just sleeves.
Yeah. That was my
Great.
favorite
Yeah, so
part because it's ridiculous.
It was just leather sleeves.
Yeah.
It's not
It's not even a shirt.
no jacket.
Just sleeves.
Daniel, what about you?
My favorite part was actually how good the kids were, compared to a lot of children actors. Like, they actually all played their parts pretty well.
Yeah, I agree. I think they
Definitely.
do a really good
Definitely.
job. And you can tell Miranda Cosgrove was going to be a star from the summer. She stands out for sure
'cause
in
she-
terms of
she
the
did-
actresses.
Zoe 911 or 101 or something like that.
Yeah, whatever
Yeah.
show that is. Yeah.
Whichever
Some
one.
Nickelodeon show.
It's something that, yeah. Yep. Kevin, what about you?
Mine was, there was actually like a really good connection with Jack Black and his students. I felt like it was legitimate
Mhm.
when it was, especially later, like they were gaining confidence from his conversations with them, and especially on the one-on-one scenes.
Yeah.
Like one that sticks on mind was the guitarist, Zach. And
Jack.
yeah, with Zach on that, he was really unconfident for like pretty much the whole movie. And he finally got a boost of confidence. And same with the singer who didn't want to go on stage because he was overweight. And like in that stairwell scene, like I honestly almost wanted to like get emotional after that conversation.
Yeah.
It was weird watching it at 35 compared to 19, 20. When did this come out? Hell, before
19.
that.
How old were you in
17,
2003?
I don't remember.
I think you're the same age as us.
Yeah, 15, 14.
It was
Yeah,
20 years ago.
Yeah, so it's weird watching it. It's weird
is
watching
weird.
it from 15 to 35.
Yeah, agreed.
There
Like,
you go.
I watched it
You
in
go.
a whole
There we
different.
go. He
It
got
took
a
us
whole
a minute
different
to
view
get
of
there,
ours.
but we got there.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
I
there
agree
was
with
a really good connection with the kids.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely. So, my favorite thing about the movie is that it's a movie about rock and roll. The number of rock and roll references is overwhelming, and it takes 4 watches just to catch them all. But it's also rewarding if you're a fan of this kind of music. It reminds me much of what it's like to be a kid at that age and bouncing around from bands like The Who to Queen to The Clash. And in a broader sense, the movie is really about celebration of the power of music and how it can inspire young people with a genuine message. A lot of us here, we're not always the best with authority figures, and this movie has kind of a lighthearted way to deal with that. I also want to quickly note that my favorite image is like the one where they have like 50 bands on the chalkboard, and Jack Black has written basically this like web map of who to follow and how music evolved. And if you just like pause it and look, and you see like Blondie, the Buzzcocks, Talking Heads, Sonic Youth, Bowie. I mean, all these bands. It's like my entire CD collection rolled in one, and so or my Spotify list, as the kids these days say.
What are CDs?
So-
And
there
Eric,
there
do
was
you
so
like
much-
tapes and CDs?
I love tapes and CDs.
Why don't I tape my dick to your forehead so you can see these nuts?
Oh, you got me.
There's so much nostalgia seeing Jack Black scroll through the jukebox with the
Oh
physical
yeah,
hard
I know.
copies of the album artwork. It just made me think of the Townhouse.
You think they had to kill them all in
Flipping
there?
through there, just playing Kill 'Em All the
Kill
way
'Em All.
through.
Even Stevie Nicks, like The Edge of 17. Oh my god, that song rules too. Every part about the rock and roll was my favorite part.
That song
All right.
didn't make my top 5 movie or top 5 songs of this movie, but we can get there later.
Oh,
Nice.
Little
Nice
spoiler
tease there.
alert.
Next question we've got: least favorite part about the movie.
The plot.
Elaborate.
This would have been way more believable if it was a public school. First of all, like that. I mean, him getting like faking teaching credentials and everything for a private school. Like, there's
Mhm.
no way.
Mm-hmm.
No.
But so it would have been way more believable with a public school. But then getting kids on board to start a band and go to it's just fucking ridiculous.
It
was
doesn't
a cool
make
movie.
sense.
It was a great movie for kids. You know,
Yeah.
like we loved seeing this movie whenever we were 15, 14 years old. But
21 for me.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
But yeah,
I completely agree.
It
I
didn't
mean,
make sense, and a lot of the acting seemed really stiff, especially out of like Sarah Silverman and the dude that played Ned.
yeah,
Like they just
Mike White.
seemed really, really stiff.
yeah. I
I don't know
definitely
anything
agree.
about acting, by the way.
Could have
Well,
fooled me.
I completely
Using
agree.
words like stiff.
Yeah. I completely agree with the obvious holes. And it's definitely easy when they get away like
Stiff holes.
yeah, stiff holes. But how easily they get away with doing everything in class, like playing music without anyone hearing it. And the scene where Joan Cusack walks by and she hears them but doesn't actually walk in. The principal's gonna walk in. And they also don't have see-through windows, at least, so she can't peek in. That whole scene and most of this, them getting away with it, that was my least favorite thing as well. So I completely agree with you, Dave.
Actually,
When-
might go on this
How
because
and when did they either tap into the security cameras in the hallway or set up
I
a
know.
camera in there to where they could see
It's-
her coming?
It's so unrealistic. Kevin, what was your least favorite thing?
yeah, I was actually going on that same thing. But when you mentioned that the principal goes by and can hear what they're saying, or like their fake class, but they can't
Mhm.
hear a rock band play,
Yeah.
I didn't think
Right.
I didn't think about that. But my
Yes.
my original answer was it was too easy for Dewey to impersonate Ned and like just go into a top
Yeah.
school in the state just
I
out
agree.
of nowhere. Like that just
It's too
doesn't make
implausible and hard
any
to believe.
sense.
Yeah, agreed. Daniel, what about you?
My least favorite thing is the Jack Black in a starring role. His shtick is exhausting.
Oh, yeah.
He's like Andy from The Office, except
Yeah.
you're stuck with it for an hour and a half.
100%. Good comparison.
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah.
Kevin got up.
Oh,
Kevin.
man.
Eric,
Case in
Eric,
point.
Eric, why don't you go ahead while we see Jack
Okay.
Black Jr. over there?
My least favorite thing from the movie was that there was no bass solo at the end in the credits. Everyone else got a fucking solo.
Right. Well, maybe she can't solo.
Give her a
Not
solo
impressed.
no matter what.
Let those fingers
Teacher, I
rock,
guess.
baby.
Yeah. Good job,
Turn
Kevin.
that over.
For
Yeah,
those,
you don't
those
wanna do
just
that again.
listening, Kevin full on got up, grabbed one of his guitars, and acted like he was Jack Black in the classroom there for a minute. So now he's going to be out of breath for the rest of the episode.
Do you need to take a smoke break?
It's that time.
How about a drink break?
That's
right.
better.
Yeah, next category we've got favorite song moment or score scene. Oh, a Reese's.
All this free product placement.
I know. There's only one product placement or two.
This is a super nice koozie.
Yeah.
So-
Get your shirt today. Go fucking get it.
Buy it, please. Please wear it around.
Please,
So-
for the love of God, buy it.
I'll go first. And I think the home run here is when Jack Black gets Zach to stand up in front of class and teaches him the notes to Smoke on the Water, Iron Man, and Highway to Hell. I still get chills when that scene happens. Also, shout outs to the Ramones. My brain is hanging upside down when that montage of Jack Black teaching him stuff, like I was saying, with the chalkboard and everything. And then also, oh yeah, sorry. The other one was the Who substitute plays, because obviously he's a sub, and I love that song. So those are my.
Why don't you
three
take
ones.
all of them, Matt? Huh?
He had
You're not
to
gonna-
he had to
you're not gonna
reboot-
pick
He had to
those.
reboot, and he forgot he gave one already, so he gave another one.
You guys
Name
weren't
every song in the
I know
movie.
you weren't putting those. You're not putting that one on there.
Step off.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
that's
go
probably
ahead
Kevin's.
and I'm gonna go ahead and say I had the Ramones song too.
Oh
and
shit!
then my favorite my favorite part was also kind of
Whoops.
when he got Zach up in front of the classroom, but I said when he was with Lawrence on the keyboard, the
Oh
piano,
yes.
and he's jamming to the Doors.
Yep. Come on, come on, come on now.
Touch me, baby.
Yes.
Shana.
Daniel loves the Doors.
I'm sure he does. I can feel it. He loves rock and roll.
I know
Daniel,
I know you love going through them.
I do love rock and roll. I do not love the Doors.
Go. Why don't you pick
Like-
your song?
Yeah, my song was just my favorite musical moment was that final performance.
Mhm.
Yeah. Wait, the Zach song,
Yeah, not
Yeah, okay.
not Jack,
not the
Black's song.
encore.
Not
Not
the
AC/DC.
end credit. I was thinking the end credits, but
It's a lot.
That's
All
a
right,
good
Kevin.
answer.
Yeah, so
Kevin,
that's
what's yours?
fine.
Baby, we was making straight A's, but we were stuck in the dumb days.
Nice. Yeah,
Oh,
that's a
mine-
good one.
Real quick to piggyback off that one, I was watching it, and as I was watching it, like when they go on stage, I visibly got goosebumps, and I took a video of it. I was like, okay, so here's the end scene where they're about to perform, and then I zoomed in on my arm, 'cause like all the hairs were
Nice.
standing on the end.
Nice. Yeah, I feel that way when he's like, bah, 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 bah,
Yeah.
bah, bah. Like, hell yeah. Kevin?
oh, mine's a little bit different because mine doesn't involve the band.
Dude, when I'm editing, Matt calls on Kevin, and he's like, "Oh," and then he.
Well, I haven't. I've already
It's the
gone
most
through everybody
Ohio
except
thing ever.
Dave.
Oh,
Or, oh, hell. Oh, hell.
Oh hell no! But it's actually when Edge of 17 is being played in the bar,
Nice.
and the principal is finally letting loose, and Jack Black gets it on the good side.
Yeah.
and gets her all in her feels listening to Stevie Nicks, and they're trying to have a conversation, and she's just losing her shit, sitting there singing the Stevie Nicks song while he's trying to have a conversation with her. He tricked her.
Just like the wide awake
I
Yeah.
think it's just kind of fun because you just see a whole like character twist of
You said that really creepily. Gets in on our good side,
gets on the
Ooh.
good side.
And the
and then
But
Matt
stay-
was.
I'm buying into it. Well, in the
Yeah.
stage, the on-stage version of this, they're actually romantically involved.
There you go.
So Kevin was on to something. Next category we've got, who won the movie? All right, Dave, I'll swing it back to you.
Did anybody have a different answer than Jack Black?
Yes,
I did.
I did not.
Okay, that's cool.
All right, so
I
you
think
go
it was
ahead.
Jack Black.
Yeah,
I mean,
agree.
It boosted
proved
it. It was everything for his career. Go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, that's all I was gonna say. I was gonna say like this proved he can be a leading man in a movie, even if that's a movie that I personally don't want to watch. Like
Julie
this
was
movie
watching.
did a good job. Like did pretty well in the theaters and like critically did pretty well. And like I don't think it's a terrible movie by any means, but it's just a movie I've outgrown.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it
Fair.
was a movie for kids.
Mhm.
Like maybe not necessarily kids, but like teenagers.
teenagers.
It's a movie
Yeah.
for teenagers.
It's called School of Rock. So yeah, for sure. Eric, who did you
Julie
say?
was-
play school.
Yeah.
Julie was watching some romantic comedy the other day where Jack Black played like a
Holiday.
love interest.
The Holiday.
What, was it The Holiday where he's like
Probably.
suave and he's not this
Yeah.
ridiculous guy? Yeah, it was weird.
It's The Holiday. It is weird. But a lot of people like that movie.
Okay, that's weird. Who
So,
won the
Eric,
movie?
Who won the movie for you?
Who won the movie? I said the School of Rock won the movie because now it's like a stage show. They have like, I think a TV show as well, and
Yep.
they have like a literal like foundation School of Rock, and this
Yep.
kind of like catapulted everything into that, and like it's a huge success now.
Yeah, so I'll piggyback off of that because I have something very similar. I said, well, Jack Black is easily the answer to this, probably.
Mhm.
I just said Richard Linklater, the director. School of Rock went on to make more than $131 million, which is kind of what Daniel was saying, on a $35 million budget. It's not
Damn.
earth-shattering, but it's a pretty solid win for Paramount, considering it's a movie about a guy teaching kids how to play rock and roll. Right? This isn't some big blockbuster hit. And so it also spawned a stage adaptation, as you said, a TV show, and an actual after-school program. Basically, Linklater's touch and vision spun this movie in a way that some directors might have dropped the ball. So his vision kind of oversaw what we see now, at least. And so, yeah, I agree. What we have now with all these different TV show, stage adaptation, yeah, the School of Rock one, or he, the director, who kind of helped usher that in.
Yeah.
Kevin?
I love that I just get really direct in the actual movie because I
It's
think
fine.
the kids won in this movie.
Nice.
Like they get to go up there and play and they fucking rock the house
That's a good
Yeah, they
answer.
did.
I actually
and they
like
put
that.
the show on and they took the initiative to really make it happen after they thought it wouldn't happen. So
Yeah,
Mhm.
good
the
answer.
kids won that movie in the actual literal movie sense.
Yeah, nice. Good answer. So next question we've got, does this movie get made now? Eric, why don't you go first?
You know, I didn't write down anything for this. My gut says no, but I don't really have touch with like we said, this is kind of geared towards like teenagers. I don't know what the teens are into these days. I'm old and out of touch, so maybe it does. Maybe it's one of those things where it's like, well, it's not a movie, it's a Netflix series.
Yeah, sure. Does anybody
I'm
say...
I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
Does anybody agree with that or think no?
Yeah,
I
agree
think
with
so.
I agree with Eric.
Okay.
This goes back to our comedy discussion. Basically, every time a comedy comes up, is like it's really hard for studios to spend $35 million on a comedy because comedies haven't done well over the past 10 years.
Yeah,
So-
that's fair.
So they are very much, the big budget comedies have just gone away.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I agree with that. That's a really good point. I didn't really factor that in, but I do agree. I said I'd like to think so because we have these after school programs. We have this stage adaptation that's pretty popular. And I'll say I watched this with my kids, and Cohen, my older one, was really into this. And I think he was wanting to play music
Nice.
right after this. Right.
Yes.
So I still think that there is room to inspire the youth and rock out and stick it to the man. I think we could have these kind of movies, but maybe it's modified, kind of like Daniel said. Maybe it's not Jack Black probably making a couple mil off of this. Maybe it's something a little lighter. But I'd like to think so, is what I said. Dave,
Yeah.
you haven't talked on this one.
Yeah, I also think so. On the same lines of Matt, there was actually a movie that came out last year on Netflix called Metal Lords that I haven't
Oh yes,
seen.
I saw.
It's about two friends that try to form a heavy metal band with a cellist for Battle of the Bands. So almost
Yeah.
identical, except there's no teacher involved in this one. So I think I'm gonna maybe check that out. We'll see.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's not great. I like School Rock better, but it's still pretty good, and there's some good references in there, and it actually might be more funny than School Rock. So it is definitely worth something to watch if you're looking for that genre.
Did Cohen get behind the drum set after you guys watched it?
No, actually, he wanted to go get his Mickey guitar and start
Okay.
jamming on
Yes. Yes.
that. Yep, he was stoked. We're like, oh yeah, we'll go take you and get lessons. So hopefully that's gonna start rolling the ball. I actually played
Yeah.
Iron Man for him last night. He goes, "Wait, is this the song from the movie?" And I was like, "What?"
Yeah, it is.
All right, we're catching on.
Yes.
He still likes Korn and some other bands.
Oh, he does love corn.
Gotta love Korn.
The band.
We're gonna jam out next time I'm up there.
So next we've got favorite line from the movie.
We don't
Dave, what's
promote
your...
drinking on this podcast.
Yeah, sorry.
Nope.
Sorry, I'll have my orange soda on the other side.
Who loves orange soda?
It's such a weird
Matt.
combination.
So favorite line, Dave.
Favorite line from the movie. I didn't really have a good one for this movie, but I'd have to go with Miss Lemons must be on crack, huh, kids?
Oh, you know what? Miss Lemons must be on crack, right, kids?
Eric, what about you?
I had a few. Every time I think about this movie, I think about the scene where Jack Black's like, "What do you guys like music wise? What do you guys like?" And they're Liza Minnelli.
Yeah.
What? And then the little kid says, "Puff Daddy," and Jack Black just goes, "Wrong."
Yeah.
Who do you like?
Puff Daddy.
Wrong.
He just tells this little kid that his opinion is wrong.
and someone else goes and he goes, "What's wrong with you guys?" That's a really good one.
Yeah.
Kevin?
I had a handful too, but I'll go with it's a Ned line. I'm not a satanic sex god anymore. I'm a working stiff. And that's cool.
And that's cool.
It's not that cool. It's kind of boring. Daniel?
I had that one down too, Kevin.
Daniel?
A science project?
Daniel.
Science projects?
That's the one.
You're special. And because I think you guys have the right attitude, I think it's time we started our new class project.
A science project?
No!
That's the one that you're telling me about. That's that I used to
We
always
used
say
to
that.
say that all
Science project?
the fucking time. A science project? Whenever anyone would be like, guess
We
what?
definitely
A
said
science
that a lot.
project? Yeah.
There's a few
And
that
it's
we
just the way he
quoted a
says
lot.
it. But we
Yeah.
quoted that line so much
Oh,
that
for
like
sure.
as soon as it happened, I started laughing. Not like it is funny in context, but
Yeah.
like I just started laughing because I just remembered us just constantly going, a science project?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. My favorite, and I have a handful too, but I'll say one for now, is after Dewey admits to the children that he's hung over, and forces the children to kind of like participate by asking if they knew what a hangover was.
I've got a hangover. Who knows what that means?
Doesn't that mean you're drunk?
No. It means I was drunk yesterday.
You wouldn't come to work unless you were an alcoholic, dude.
Yeah,
you got a
that's the other
disease.
line. You get a disease.
One I have
yeah, go
was,
ahead.
would you ask Picasso to sell one of his guitars?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, maybe you should sell one of your guitars or something.
What? Would you tell Picasso to sell his guitars?
Oh
Or-
my god, he's an idiot. Yes, I had that one too, Kevin.
Or when our boy Lawrence goes, "You're a fat loser and you have body odor."
Well, how can you forget the part where they're trying to get the battle of the bands, and he convinces them that they have a terminal disease, and goes, "Oh, what do they all have? It's a rare blood disease, sick to the maniosis."
Yeah. Or let's rock today. I was thinking that one too.
Yep.
Next category we've got most likely to be the off-screen drunk. I will go with the gym teacher. So he for sure seems
Kevin.
miserable to be there. And let's face it, he didn't quite seem in shape for a gym teacher. He's definitely a tall boy sixer each night.
And those that can't teach gym. Am I?
He just admits that he can't teach.
Yeah, Kevin, is that your answer?
That I have another one. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
I put the principal
That was my answer too.
because obviously she just puts on a front, doesn't want to see her wild side. I think on away from her coworkers,
Yeah,
she just
my only
lets it all out and just parties.
counter
just
to that is
peace
she
out.
takes one sip of beer and then she's already tipsy.
Well,
That'd be my
that's
only
why the
counter to
PE teacher was my number one.
That's what I thought. Dave?
I'm gonna go with the obvious choice of Dewey Finn.
Yeah, I mean, he asks
He-
kids
he
about
prob-
a hangover.
He probably showed up to school hungover more times than not throughout the movie.
He's the on-screen drunk.
That's true. Eric, you said you had
I had the principal,
the principal.
Rosaline Mullins.
Nice. Daniel?
I had the drummer, comma.
Oh,
Eventually.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant the
Good answer. I can see. I know where you're going with that for sure.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
The kid's the one who goes to the band to party with the other rock band.
Exactly.
You know,
We're
he's
just
the
hanging
punk.
out.
Yeah, he's the punk. You know
Yeah.
he's going to start drinking at 16.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
Unless he's straight edge like some other people we grew up with.
Yeah.
All right.
Nah.
Continue.
No, he's a real punk. He's not a hardcore
Yeah.
kid.
No.
If you're not hardcore,
Unless you live hardcore.
Unless you live hardcore.
we will now cast our friends. Anybody want to go first?
I'll go first.
I didn't
All right,
do
Eric.
it.
Kevin
Daniel
or
didn't
Daniel didn't do it. Okay.
I didn't either.
I'll take over Daniel. Daniel and
I
Dave
probably
didn't do
come
it.
up with something, but I did. I just.
I didn't
didn't
want to
feel-
cast children as my
Well, I
friend.
wasn't even gonna try to cast children, but like, if I had like, I guess Dewey could be John, just because John squatted in our house at Plum Street for however long, and it wasn't because he didn't have a job or anything. He just didn't have a place that wasn't his parents.
Just a little aimless, that's all.
A little.
A little aimless.
I said that Kevin was the principal because
I'm the principal.
because he needs a few beers to let loose, or at least a little. He needs alcohol to let loose. I said Matt was Summer because he's smart and driven, and she's crazy smart and driven.
Bless
Oh,
you, bud.
Bless you.
Damn, you okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I said that Daniel is Ned because he heel turns on his girlfriend, but then he heel turns back to being a good friend. And then I said Dave is Sarah Silverman because I bet since Dave and Daniel lived together for so long, I bet Dave could manipulate Daniel into doing something that he wanted without Daniel knowing.
I might be stupid.
I
That's
said John
okay,
is the
Ron.
bass player because
He
he
plays,
plays
bass.
bass, and that's about it. That's all I got there.
Nice.
And I got
then-
another one.
Yeah.
Eric's the gym teacher
Oh fuck!
Those who
because
can't
of everything he just had to say
Gym.
about me.
No, I was more of a compliment to you than anything, really.
Yeah, it was an insult to me, really.
Yeah.
You
Being
cast
easily-
me as Sarah Silverman.
She's a babe in this.
Let's see. I said I'm probably Zach, or I'm Zach because I'd probably have a song, but I would have someone else sing it. And then I said Theo, the singer of Jack Black's first band, is Cody because he's definitely the person that would kick out someone from his band in order for him to win Battle of the Bands. And that's my
Nice.
casting.
Nice. Very
Thank you.
nice.
Kevin, did you play along, Kevin?
Yeah, I've got a few on here actually.
All right.
I put John as Freddie Jones because he's going to be the one that wanders off when they're about to go on stage and be like, "Where the hell?"
Oh my God! Shit, that's so true.
Yeah.
John, we're recording at 8
Where's
o'clock.
John? Yeah.
Yeah,
He's disc golfing.
He's just going, "Oh, these guys are playing cards. I was just having fun."
Oh my God, that's a good answer.
Eric, I also put you as Zach.
Okay,
But
cool.
I
I'm going to
put- I
steal
put-
a guitar and sell
yeah.
it to you.
I'm no, not the actual, not the actual actor,
Sorry.
the character. I
Okay.
say like you weren't as confident when you were. Oh hell, we've known each other since kindergarten, but you weren't
Yeah.
as confident as you were right at the beginning when we first met. But like hell, you're confident as hell now, and
I'm dripping with
and
confidence.
you're fantastic at guitar. So that's where
I'm
that's where
Thank
yeah, exactly. You're humble, and then I put Matt as Summer because he
Sappy
wants
Bob.
to get the gold stars.
Oh man, I feel like in
That's
high
a
school
suck
though.
up.
All right, in high school though, I was not Summer. Let's be honest.
Well,
You weren't.
I was thinking about in Mario where you want to get the gold stars. So you're
Yeah.
But in high school, I was definitely not the teacher's pet.
Bitch,
Let's
you a
be honest
nerd.
here.
oh no,
Yeah.
no, no.
Nerd.
I was the
No,
opposite
Teachers
of the
loved you,
teacher's
dude.
pet.
I
You
didn't
were
say
smart,
were a
dude.
nerd. I said you are a nerd.
That's true.
True.
So we had a debate. I'm pretty sure it's Frankie, but you guys say it's Freddie. But
Pretty sure
Cody
it's
is
Freddie.
that character who, because he's in charge of security.
That's Frankie.
That's
That-
Frankie.
Frankie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cody's
Frankie.
So
Frankie.
there were two?
Yeah.
No. Freddie is the one.
Fred
that I-
drummer.
Yeah, he's the drummer.
Right.
That's the one that I was talking about.
Right.
I got you. And then also we have, I put Dave as the principal because he's professional at work, but he gets wild outside of it.
I'm the principal.
I'm
I'm the principal.
We're never gonna watch that movie on here, but
No, God, no.
And then I actually put myself as Dewey, and it was purely because I pursued music probably the longest out of anybody trying to do something. But
Yeah.
And you just did that sick dance earlier.
and I did that sick dance earlier. I
You showed
thought too
us.
much into this, but yes.
You showed us Jack Black. So I'll go next, or I guess I'm the only one left.
I got a girl back there on the casting couch.
Where's Kevin's casting
Dear
couch?
God, man.
Oh, you want to see what's on my casting couch?
Oh my God.
The gold belt.
Oh,
Are you-
wow. And a couple beers.
Fucking 4 bushes.
Oh yeah,
that's
from-
just bum us all out, Kevin.
That's from the last hour.
yeah, it is from last hour.
All right, so I'll go last. I'm gonna say John is Mike White or Ned Schneebly because he would have no
Ned
idea if
Schneebly.
one of us pretended to be him to make money. He'd be clueless.
And he
is
kind
true.
of just talks like Ned Schneebly. Like,
He does,
slower
There's-
and like
for
kind of
sure.
like monotone.
for sure. I said Beth is Joan Cusack because if you give her a few drinks, I think she's like Joan Cusack when Stevie Nicks comes on. I said
I was thinking a similar thing while I was watching it.
it definitely came up in my head.
Oh my god, that one got me a little bit. That works.
Dave is Freddie because of the attitude he gives us on every show.
Yeah. Oh man, Dave's got a hell of an attitude.
I don't know what you guys are talking.
I said
Daniel,
Eric-
you're muted.
Daniel, you're on mute.
Dave's downright pleasant.
Stupid ass.
stupid
I ain't
ass.
smart. I ain't smart.
We're doing
I
well
said-
tonight, guys.
Yeah. I said Eric is Jack Black. I think he'd be perfect teaching kids how to play music. I don't think you'd be as crude as he is, but you would have a good sense of humor and work well with them. Except
I
you'd
would
actually
totally-
play. What?
I was gonna say I'd totally tell all the
Yeah.
kids that their opinions were wrong.
But I actually think you would play the solos, so maybe you're better than Jack Black. And last, I actually have Daniel as our boy Lawrence, the race chameleon, who would definitely be the shy boy playing music in front of people.
I can't join the band. I'm not cool.
Yeah, that would be great. I don't want
Nobody
to play in
talks to
front
me.
of people.
Bitch, I was in concert band, baby. One time,
I was also in concert band.
One
You
time
were in marching
I couldn't play
band,
the
too.
triangle on the same rhythm, so my director cut me off mid-move, and then the people who were judging us talked shit on me. It was pretty cool.
You guys are okay, except for that fucking triangle player.
They made a joke about the Bermuda Triangle and how the triangle disappeared, and I was like, oh.
Are you
Personal.
serious?
Yeah. Like, that's personal. Like, you went after me.
Yeah,
pretty-
The triangle.
Like
Yeah.
what the fuck? You're a kid.
Yeah, it was messed up.
So last,
Fun times.
we've got our last two categories. We finished with our podium moments. So first we have, is this a podium role for any of the top billed cast members? So
I didn't do
Yeah.
anyone other than Jack Black.
there's not a ton of notables you have here, right? You have Joan Cusack, you have Sarah Silverman, and Jack Black, basically, right?
I said Joan Cusack as well, just because I only know like 2 movies that she's in.
You
Yeah,
watched Toy
dude.
Story?
I said
What?
no.
Was
for
she in
Joan.
Toy Story?
Toy
Yeah,
Story
she's
2.
Jessie.
She's Jessie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
So-
don't remember.
I said no for her. She's actually been up for supporting actress twice in Working Girl and what's the other one?
Was it Raising Helen?
No, In and Out. Sarah Silverman, I said yes. I actually looked it up, and the only other main role she's in is Wreck-It Ralph as the voice of Vanellope.
Yeah.
Other
She's
than
good in that though, I guess.
Oh, she's great in that.
Yeah.
If we count voice actors, Dave.
I said yes for Jack Black just because career-wise, it was the best for him, but it's not one of my favorite roles. I mean, I still think him as Lance in Orange County is one of my favorite roles of his.
Yeah.
He's incredible in that.
Yep.
Yeah, I said this was probably his podium moment just because he's the main character. And again, this is at the height of his career. He gets to play music. He goes off and does a bunch of Tenacious D around this era. So yeah, I would say yes, but I actually think Orange County might be my favorite role of his now that I watch this again.
Mine was everybody except maybe Joan Cusack, and it was kind of like a maybe.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a lot of her stuff, but like I saw Toy Story, I'm like, oh hell yeah,
Yeah.
that's
she's
definitely
just-
better.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So last we have, does this movie Podium in the year 2003? So let's go with Daniel first.
I have this movie does not podium in 2003. I have Pirates of the Caribbean. I have Finding Nemo, and I have Lord of the Rings: Return of the King.
Which won Best Picture?
Daniel,
right?
I only had one different from you, and I almost
Wow.
picked Nemo.
Wow.
What was
were your
yours?
three?
Yeah.
My third one was, oh yeah, Kill Bill, Volume 1.
Mhm.
Oh, I
Kill
didn't
Bill.
realize that came out this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
But that is
Yep.
a good one.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah. So Return of the King won Best Picture in 2003, just for
Yeah, it won
reference.
like everything.
Every award.
I mean, that movie was
Yeah. I mean,
fucking
it's what.
epic.
I think it
Yeah.
won like
It is
16
epic.
Oscars or something like that.
Yeah. It kicked. It, yeah. Destroyed the
My
Oscars
top
that
three
year.
might be way
Go ahead,
different
Kev.
from your guys's.
All right. Let's hear it.
I had number 3 is Big Fish. I
You're
had
so
number 2
different than
is
us.
2 is House of a Thousand Corpses.
Oh, nice.
Number 1, Eric might have this one on here, maybe. Matt, you might. A Mighty Wind.
No.
I didn't
But
realize.
like-
Fuck!
I
I
like
didn't
the
realize that
Win
was.
on here.
That movie is awesome, and I'm sorry. It's my personal. I understand the others.
It's
But
Kevin's
Personal
list.
podium.
It's
Yeah.
my
it's
it's
his
my
list.
list.
Yeah.
A Mighty Wind is goddamn good. I
It is
apologize.
good.
I just
I
Said
didn't
that.
realize that came out this year. That
Uh-oh,
fucks
Eric.
my whole
'Cause
list
that,
up.
I was going to say, what's your list?
Okay, so I have to scrap everything that I wrote
Oh, man.
because, well, no, the one thing is Kill Bill, number 3, and
Nice.
then Lord of the Rings, number 2, and then
Nice.
A Mighty Wind, number 1.
Wow.
I didn't
you went
realize
from
that
not
A Mighty
having
Wind
it
came
on
out.
there. Nice.
Yeah, to number 1.
That's
I
awesome.
love that movie.
Yeah. I know you guys both really like that. It's good.
I mean,
it's
it's
so
funny.
good.
I
It's
so good.
I do like that movie.
I like Best in
Best
Show
in
better.
Show might be better though.
Yeah.
Oh,
I-
Yeah,
it's good.
I agree.
it's hard for
but
me
it's
to.
not better.
Yeah, they're both amazing.
And I mean, if we're gonna stick with the theme of this movie, I mean, you gotta have Spinal Tap.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Spinal Tap's
Yeah.
great.
Spinal Tap's great.
yeah.
So I said definitely
Matthew?
not. Yeah, I said definitely
Okay.
not. So none of us had this on there, which is not a surprise. I like this movie, and it does hit close to home. So in 2003, I kind of want to talk about any of the movies that you haven't mentioned, or just kind of want to go over. But you already said Return of the King. You have Pirates, the first Pirates movie, which we almost did. You have the cult classic Old Boy. You have The Last Samurai. You have Kill Bill, Mystic River, just to name a few. I mean, this was a really
Did you mean
hard
old
year.
school?
I haven't said old school yet,
Oh shit! I'm sorry. Fuck! I'm sorry,
But-
dude.
but this is a very tough year, I think. And this is one of the best years that we've had from that list, I think. So my top 3, number 3, I can't believe anybody said this, right, Kevin? I said Big Fish. So I did have something, yeah.
So different than us.
I know. It's like we watched
Who
the
had
same movies.
who had House of a Thousand Corpses at number 2 though?
My number 1 wasn't
I
said
almost
either.
put that movie on my list, but there is no way it was better than Return of the King or the first Pirates movie.
Yeah. So I said Big Fish. I just love how Tim Burton created the story. I said number 2. I said Old School. Thanks, Eric.
I'm sorry for the. I'm sorry.
Oh,
You
it's
said
fine.
Old Boy, and I had Old School on my
Old Boy's
initial
like a-
list.
yeah,
but
different.
then I
It's a
didn't
kung
know what-
fu movie, right?
It's a, yeah,
Oh,
it's a old.
I
yeah,
want to watch
not
it
old.
then. I've never
It's
seen
awesome. Yeah, it's really good. But yeah, old school with Frank the Tank. He's an all-time character. Luke Wilson's very underrated. And then my number one is Lost in Translation. So it's just one of my favorites of Bill Murray and Scarlett Johansson with this weird relationship that they have. You tack on the insomnia vibes. I know. And the iconic karaoke scene, and you have a masterpiece. So that was my favorite movie of 2003.
Nice.
Good job, everyone.
I don't think I've ever seen that one, actually. I don't think I've ever seen Lost in Translation.
I don't know how you feel about it. I think it's a well, not everybody likes it. I mean, it's very some people really like it and some people don't like it at all. It's one of those contentious movies. I love it, but I know people who don't like it. So it could go either way.
Before we close out, let me do my top 5 songs from the School of Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Spit
All right.
fingers.
Number 5 is TVI by the Stooges.
Yeah.
Number 4 is Do You Remember Rock and Roll Radio by the Ramones.
Nice.
Number 3 is Stay Free by The Clash. Number 2, It's a Long Way to the Top, If You Want to Rock and Roll by AC/DC. And number 1 is The Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
That song has made 2 of our lists now with me and Thor.
I think, yeah. If I remember correctly, they had a special feature, like on the DVD. They had like an extra thing where they said that, maybe it was in the commentary. They said that Led Zeppelin was very strict with whatever, like they licensed their music. And that was kind of like the first movie that actually got them to license the Immigrant Song. I mean, I don't know if it was the first, but I know it was like a big thing that they got to license that song.
Yeah, that makes sense because, you don't hear them too much. It's not the first Led Zeppelin song you hear, definitely, but maybe the first time for Immigrant Song. Because I know in Almost Famous, they play Tangerine, and there's another one in Almost Famous. So there's a few Zeppelin songs in that one, which came out in 2001, I think.
Yeah.
So there is some movies that have songs, but it could be Immigrant Song, which is obviously one of the best. So
I do remember that they alluded. I think they showed a clip of it where they're at the final scene where like the band is on the stage, and after or in between takes or whatever, they had Jack Black record a message to Led Zeppelin on the stage, and like he said something to the extent of like, this would absolutely make the movie. Please let us use it. And then like everyone was like clapping and stuff.
Yeah, that's awesome. Rock and roll, baby.
So
rock and roll.
Thanks for tuning into our show. Please like and subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, or wherever you get your podcasts. You can also follow us on your favorite social media platforms for clips, updates, and opportunities to vote on a movie we watch. Later, y'all.
Stay cool, everybody.
Stick it to the man.
Stick it to the man.
Hiya.
Neosis.
Step off.
Bye, everybody.